Hey guys, Tyre up here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Crossroads. Playing for today's pointing from the south, we have HSRometh playing as HOW and immediately going for Elite Armoured. And from the north we have Finndeed playing as Soviets, who has Guard Motor Coordination, Lend-Lease, and Mechanized Support. His rankings, Rometh around rank 40, Finndeed in the mid 30s. So Finndeed refusing to retreat there. Running his way back. Maybe going to cap up the Muni's point before attacking. Or before getting back. Conscripts coming out to the side here. I thought they might switch over to this angle. There's a possibility that another Volksgrenadier could be coming in from this angle, making things a bit sticky for the conscripts. So just whittling down that squad from a safe range. And Rometh going for the fast 2-2-1 style. This is the build that I am more of a fan of these days with the changes to the way that the battle group tech structure works. 2 Volksgrenadiers into 2-2-1. If you're going to go for the fast 2-2-3 style, I think is the way to go. I think I was going for like Volksgrenadier into Sturmpile previously, but a few slight tweaks have happened to the OKW teching and stuff like that since I released that guide. Looks like Finndeed maybe forgot the squad jumping out of the capture circle perhaps into cover. So very slow securing the munitions point back there. And here comes the 2-2-1. Generally I don't really like the 2-2-1 against Soviets. You know, like guards so popular. It's such a good counter to the 2-2-1, and you have to be very cautious against the conscripts. Because you never know when they're going to be able to hoorah anti-tank grenade you. So you got like one good window here when they have basically no chance to take the anti-tank grenades to really get in close and do some damage. And after that you have to be a lot more cautious, and it can be a little bit tricky. 2-2-1 does have worse acceleration than the 2-2-2, so you know, those quick dodging back to get away from that hoorah anti-tank grenade is quite a lot harder as a result of that. And there we go. Finndeed has teched anti-tank grenades now. Rometh has to be careful. And the Sturmpires. Conscripts sticking around for the anti-tank grenades. Do have the Sturmpires right there. Conscripts very low, almost going down. If the Sturmpires weren't like completely right next to the 2-2-1, I think I could get on board with that anti-tank grenade, but because they were right there, the repairs so fast. Not a big fan of that one. Looks like Rometh now backing this up, not going for a fast 2-2-3, just going for a few more Volksgrenadiers to round out the composition. The build I've been going for is kind of similar to this. I do go for one more Volksgrenadier and then start my tech, get the 2-2-3, and then usually go for a extra Sturmpire at that stage. Just for, you know, another squad to have some repairs. And it's just kind of fun to not play with 4 Volksgrenadiers every single game, you know. So far though, pretty even split on the map. You see Rometh pretty far ahead in the KD though. 2-2-1. Getting quite a bit of bleed going. Got the tier 2 tech structure coming now for Finndeed. Did go for, you know, 4 conscript start. I have been seeing a lot more 3 conscript 2 combat engineers. Can make tech timings a little bit tougher for Finndeed. A little bit strapped for manpower at the moment. Otherwise could maybe put down tier 3. Battle group about to complete now. Still has to upgrade the mechanized battle group support if he wants to upgrade to the 223. Here coming in for an incendiary grenade to try and win this engagement. Is more heavy cover elsewhere for Finndeed to make use of. And here comes his flamethrower now. 221 getting some repairs. Coming back into the action now though. Flamethrower squad jumps into the building, but they won't last too long there. I think get two on this 221 really fast. You can see the flamer dropping quickly. Opportunities don't switch their focus fire though. Oh, there they go now. Ooh, that was a really close call for Finndeed.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
In the meantime though, is branching out, going for the fuel point, chucking up some sandbags over there as well. Empire's jumping out of the building themselves, about to run to some Molotov action. A good chunk of damage, and just decides to pull the trigger on the retreat, which I think is understandable. We have a set of med crates up at the base. 223 switching over now to the conscripts. We've got some guards now from Finndeed. Well, this is overall quite a late squad of guards. Maybe partially because of how much manpower he's been bleeding. But we'll see how they get on. Does mean that Finndeed probably going to go for like a straight tier 4 style strategy with this kind of build. So we'll see how that gets on. Otherwise he'd probably be trying to get his tier 3 down, going to go for the light vehicle himself. So far Rometh been playing at a pretty safe range with the 223. Well, right as I say that, that was easy Ura anti-tank grenade territory. Indeed, didn't get it going though. Try to hide behind this sight blocker. Bait into the snare. Here we go. Guards are somewhat nearby. Conscript's too low to really keep tabs on this. Got a couple of squads coming across to try and prevent the guards from getting the kill. Tense moments there for Rometh. 221 hiding behind the wood. Doing a pretty good job of dodging away from it so far. Just 2 PTRS shots and they'll go down. He doesn't pop the smoke yet though. Guards don't quite get the shot off and he just pulls the trigger on the retreat. Wow. Doesn't want to risk losing the guards. Well done by Rometh. Looked almost certainly to be a kill and gets away with it there.
We are losing supplies to the
Good
enemy.
control. Meanwhile, a Volksgrenadier did go down somewhere. I apologize for missing that. So, yeah, even though no kill for Finndeed on the light vehicle, taking out Volksgrenadier. Pretty good. Interesting choice though, going for the rebuild on the Volksgrenadier. Generally, I like going for guards in these kind of situations. I mean, for a machine gun against the guards. Sticking to the Volksgrenadiers for the moment. Demo charge on the building. Got the Flamer squad waiting on the other side as well. Will he jump into the building? Looks like he's going for the capture circle.
Enemy forces capturing
And
supply
probably going to spot that demo charge as a result of that. So that trap doesn't work out for Finndeed. Maybe. But even then it's a flamethrower. Maybe if the flame squad was hanging out back here, the squad would come from this angle, see them there, jump into the building, try to fight from the heavy cover position, but demo charge not working out so far for Finndeed. Nice idea though. Anti-tank gun for Finndeed as well. Getting close to V3 now on that 223. Pretty strong performer. Bit of a shame we didn't see Rometh take down that demo charge. Personally, I need I feel like I'm going to forget if I don't take it down as soon as I see it, so hopefully that's not the same case for Rometh. go, Sternpire's a little bit too low to really want to fight that, decide to get out of there. Now Finndeed's starting to get rolling.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Rometh struggling a little bit for munitions. He once got upgraded with STGs, getting a second one now. Here comes the machine gun now for Rometh. Oh boy, big grenades. There goes the machine gun, sitting up a little bit too close to the action, and Finndeed making a nasty push onto the cutoff area, hitting Vet 1 on the guards now as well. Rometh really up against it. The fight on the far side. But yeah, this is one of the pitfalls of going for a 223. You kind of feel like you need an anti-tank under a kitten to defend it against your opponent's light vehicle. And your opponent can just not go for a light vehicle. You know, in this case, Finndeed going for a second combat engineer and a squad of guards, boosting up his infantry. That leaves you with an anti-tank gun that doesn't really help you out too much. It's tough in the life of a 223 player. But Rometh making, I think, a good play, coming out to the left a bit more. This is always an issue with machine guns, though, against Soviets. Always just zip barrage them away.
All crews have been trained to repair damaged vehicles.
Sternpire's in here doing some big damage. This sets up.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a
Doesn't
sector.
quite get a shot through, though, and the... Whoa, the guards go down to the Sternpires. I'm shocked they did that much damage in that short of a time space. Well, that's exactly what Rometh needed. He needed to get a wipe back. Start climbing back into the game.
Target vehicle marking available.
Tank gun going forwards again, running back into the Sternpires. They're getting a touch low now. Tier 4 about to complete for Finndeed. We'll start to get some upgrades going. Oh wow, did Rometh lose another Volksgrenadier? Wow. Where did that happen? To a mine, maybe? Just missing its shot on the 223, and the 223 swarming in on it. There's no support for Finndeed. That was a greedy attempt. Oh boy, but this has to reload. It's got such a long reload timer. And that allows this anti-tank gun to get away. Had a squad nearby, maybe could have gone for the salvage on it if got decrewed a little bit further back, but Finndeed gets lucky there. It's one of the tough things, you know, you already have to micro the 223 so hard. It can be hard to remember to use the force reload function on it. But yeah, it does have a pretty long reload timer, and I believe it's the same reload that the 222 has, but you don't really notice on the 222 so much since it also has the auto cannon. Don't notice the machine gun taking such a long time to reload. Oh boy! Mine triggered. A lot of mines in this area for Finndeed. But doesn't have any follow-up. The anti-tank gun is somewhere nearby. And there we go! Rometh jumps into the building and he loses the squad. Oh boy, that's what I was fearing. Pretty sure he spotted it, right? He had a squad over here, and then a squad over here, like ages ago. He's he's not the better man than I am there. I was like, oh man, if he remembers that that's there the whole game, I'll be impressed. Wasn't the case. And now Rometh, man, he's really up against it. It's a lot of squad losses. In fact, we'll take a quick look at that. 3 Volksgrenadiers down, and I've missed 2 of them. Really bad from me. Indeed, only having lost the guards so far and gone for a fast ticking strategy. Quite an aggressive positioning on the Schwerpanzer headquarters. Covering the VP. And Finndeed, Rometh setting up the 223 in kind of like cash mode over here. Could maybe still get attacked from this position. Do remember this does have a vehicle detection on it. Signal relay is what it's called. So having it slightly more towards the front lines can occasionally give you some intel on where your opponent's vehicles are. Sternpire's looking for the wipe. Not quite going to get it. But those Sternpires, man, they've been really good this game. Nearly vet 3. 16 kills. And yeah, one of the squads that Rometh lost was his STG squad. Had 2 of them, now he's only got 1. Switching over to the Obers. T-3485 hitting the field now. Rometh very close to the field for his own tank though. Finndeed's a little bit strapped for manpower, delaying this T-3485. Rometh, you know, boosting up his resources a touch from this point, doubling the income from whatever it's set up on. Flamethrower coming in for the flank. The squad nearby could shut this down, but continuing on their way forwards, and the Raketten missing its first 2 shots there. Don't know if those were both attack grounds or what, but no love anyway. Now Rometh setting it way out the back. T-3485 getting aggressive. Raketten did stay on the point. We do have a Panzer IV in production. Finndeed taking it easy. Does have a sweeper escorting this tank as well. So he's not going to get caught out by a mine, even though I don't think we've seen any planted by Rometh. It's another thing that can help you out with the double Sternpires with these kind of 2-2-1 builds. Gives you opportunity to plant more mines. Oh, big shot. Over's on the move. T-34 not chasing around the corner though. And that gets away. Combat Engineers in some trouble. 2 squads, and they get the wipe, and Finndeed maybe playing a little bit passive here, not willing to come around the corner and really go hunting for these wipes. And now the window for that might have closed, because here comes the Panzer IV. Getting off to a good start. Upgrading with the Panzer Commander immediately. Thought he might pop the heat shells and start going to town, but no. Second tank already in the build for Finndeed though. Raketten takes a big hit. Delivering a big hit in return as well. Conscripts around the corner, engine damage incoming. Combat Engineers taking a blasting, and they go down to the machine guns. A little bit sloppy there from Finndeed. The squad also running into the flak base, nearly going down. Oh, main gun crit on the T-3485. Backing away. Whoa! Attack ground through that gap. I can't believe it. Really good luck for Rometh. Did pop the heat shells, boosting up the pen for that fight, and that really came in handy. Wow. Well, Finndeed does have the second T-3485 on the field. Coming forwards, looking to clean up the Panzer IV perhaps. Can't shoot through that. I wasn't actually aware that you could shoot through that area. That's interesting.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Doesn't happen too often, but well done by Rometh.
Supply lines have been cut.
We're looking to apply the bleed now. There's the Panzer IV. Uh-oh. But there's this in a nice position to assist with the defense. Panzer IV decides not to go any further. Conscripts in the center, getting roasted.
Losing territory.
Throwing out the Molotov. You have quite a few mines defending this. Here comes the Panzer IV coming in, and the sweeper's spotting the mines. He's looking for the kill, and he gets it! Wow! Just firing off one shot. Panzer IV. Oh! Just clears the arc in the nick of time. This... Oh, bad reposition there from Finndeed. Needed to turn it a little bit further around the corner. Does manage to get the D-crew on the Raketten, but it's covered by the machine gun. Can't get stolen by those suppressed troops. extremely risky play there from Rometh. Don't think he even popped the heat shells for that one. Just firing off that shot, getting the penetration. Wow. Like, did he stop for that shot or was it on the move? I have to see the replay. Oof, wow, that is a bad go for Finndeed after a pretty strong start, losing 2 tanks in a row. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Struggling to upgrade all of his squads with the 7-man upgrade as well. So one of them hasn't quite got it yet. And once these overs start to vet up, that'll be real trouble. Rometh himself, though, struggling for munitions, having to fire off a few Fausts and whatnot. Hasn't got upgrades on either of the overs. But, you know, does have the boosted munitions resource from this point. Which is kind of why it's, you know, kind of nice just to put it up on a standard territory point instead of a fuel point or a munitions point. A little bit of both can actually be quite nice.
We have an isolated sector.
Conscripts eventually overwhelming over here, but they did drop quite a few models to the overs who don't look like they're going to lose any in return, so... Oh, I spoke too soon. 34, 76 this time. End up losing 2 models. Already up to vet 2. And he did actually end up managing to steal away the Raketin, and I don't know how that could happen with Rometh. He had the machine gun camp there. But alright, and he's going for a 3rd anti-tank gun. 3 of them. Surprised by that. I think at this stage a squad of guards would probably be better. Just to give you a bit of snaring options with the button, a bit of light anti-tank, but maybe something to help fight back against the overs who still haven't started to vet up. Maybe trying to bring guards in against vet 2 overs. You're going to have a bad time, but vet them up at roughly the same time, it should be alright. Infantry support gun now coming in for Rometh. Don't see these too often anymore. But against triple anti-tank guns might be quite handy. Rometh himself probably still needs to rebuild an anti-tank gun or get a 2nd tank. Maybe he's going to go for Panther next, something like that. Also a reasonable option. Just the 1 Panzer IV with no anti-tank support, no Shrek on the stern piles even. Asking for a little bit of trouble. Indeed, slowly advancing with the triple AT guns. Okay, on Rometh going to go for the Raketin. So I think if he was going to go for the Panther, he'd probably cancel this. Try to save the manpower, he's getting pretty close to it. There's a full gun for some attack round shenanigans, and they're going off pretty good too. T-34 returning fire. Raketin off its mark. Just firing straight ahead. Need to go off to the left a bit. Panzer IV gets away. Good shot there from it as it backs off. A little bit extra sight thanks to that Panzer Commander, I think. Why that happened there.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Making a break onto the left-hand side. Finndeed did rebuild the 2nd combat engineer now as well. Speed up repairs, maybe get a few more mines down. See, Rometh is very far behind on the victory points. All those Volkskrieger losses really hurting him in terms of territory control. Even to this point, you know, where Finndeed has also lost quite a lot of units. Just hasn't had the capping power throughout the whole match. And the infantry support gun is a pretty slow tool. Take a long time to really feel like it's paid itself off. Completes the capture on the VP. T-34 could chase him for the wipe, but not taking the risk. There's a 4 on the far side. Double anti-tank guns are there though. One of them connecting. Sternpire's charging in though, applying some pressure. Conscripts need to turn around and shoot. Let's go inside the building. Close call. Everything gets away though. Oh, nasty shot from the T-34. Down they go. Panzer IV coming around the corner. We got T-34 coming around the corner. Panzer IV with its rear arm exposed briefly. Missing its shot. Rometh. Okay, he's going for the next tech truck, so I guess he's trying to stall for the King Tiger. KT, a very powerful option with the Panzer Commander upgrade. Oh, late retreat on the Sternpies. No retreat. Oh, it's a big mistake for Rometh. Doesn't manage to get the kill on the T-34 in return. Ouch. Oh, okay. It's like he's going for an IR searchlight. What's he up to here? Going for the rebuild on the Sternpies. He could, you know, maybe put the truck down, use that to repair up. It will take quite a long time between the truck taking time and then upgrading the repair drones on top of that. So decided to go for the rebuild on the Sternpies. Also probably quite a good idea, given how many mines we've seen from Finndeed so far. But yeah, really bad time to lose those Sternpies. Really hurting Rometh. Rometh feels comfortable with how many resources he has on the 223, which, you know, he kind of has enough fuel for whatever at this stage. Could bring the 223 in as a side tool. Could really assist the infantry support gun, targeting these team weapons kind of camped in the center. Katyusha next for Finndeed. Not a huge number of support weapons for Rometh overall though. But Finndeed looking to play a safer game, you know, just let the Katyusha get the bleed rather than trying to get aggressive with the tanks, which so far hasn't really worked out too well.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Perhaps the, you know, production of the third anti-tank gun signaling that as well. Before coming through with the heat shells engaged. This only gets one shot on though. Getting focused down by the Obers. Where's he spinning that around to? Oh boy, here comes the Raketen from the side though. This could be the end of the Panzer IV. No, it bounces the killing blow. And blitzes away to safety for the moment. Oh, Sternpies go down in the middle. Rometh wasn't paying attention to those. So, close call. T-34 could have got the kill on him there. Probably was unfavored. But, you know, with that kind of penetration at that range. But it could have happened, and that would have been really bad news for Rometh. Throwing in for the anti-tank grenades. Can't quite get it though. Finndeed has not recovered the anti-tank gun though. He had some conscripts over here earlier. I thought he would have been jumping on that really fast. Katyusha going after the ISG, which did hit Vet 2 quite, or Vet 1 rather, Vet 1.5 even, quite quickly. It looks like it's going to stay alive. Close call for it though. See, like Rometh would also quite like to pick up that second anti-tank gun, so I feel like Finndeed kind of playing with fire here, trying to fight instead of just go for the recrew. Maybe sending conscripts over there to deal with that now. And for another T-34, this time the 85 again. And Rometh really just backed into this corner, struggling to fight his way out. Obers charging into the middle now though. T-34 rotating across there. It's up to Vet 2 on that as well.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Getting a little bit far back to assist.
We have a new T-34.
But yeah, HSRometh is planning to go for that King Tiger. Still a lot of manpower away from it. And having lost those sternpires again, let's make it harder to push across with Finndeed planting quite a few mines. HSRometh kind of has to just be content staying on his half of the map. Can't really push into this area, at least with his tanks.
We are losing territory.
Risk of losing them. Finndeed, you can see now touching the top cap limit just about. HSRometh way further behind.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Conscripts focusing down the Raketin in the centre. It's dropping quite quickly. Sticks around for one shot before retreating though. Oh, here come the double anti-tank guns. Panzer IV gets out of there just in the nick of time. The Obers are just not quite there at Vet 2. That's when they'll really start to bully the conscripts, but until that time, they're not super effective yet. So, indeed, performing quite well in those head-to-head engagements, especially if the conscripts do have that cover. Shusha ready to fire again, coming forwards for Finndeed once more. Go for a closer range barrage. Is this coming out the back to do some repairs? Healing maybe? Oh, double anti-tank gun push on the tech truck. Here comes the Panzer IV. This is its first shot. Conscripts coming in to continue providing sight. We've got the T-34 there, stopping the Panzer IV for getting the kill. Bad news for HSRometh because, you know, even though he's planning to get the King Tiger, it looks like, now doesn't have a tech truck covering the VP anymore, so that's not good. And maybe exposing the mechanized truck to some anti-tank gunfire as well. We do have one Raketin coming forwards. Panzer IV still very low. Could use the emergency repairs in a situation like this to try and get it back up to full strength to assist in the defense, because he does rely on this for his repairs at the moment. Comes the Katyusha, Obers dodging forwards. Doing a pretty good job forcing away the Raketin. And as soon as the Raketin hits retreat, in comes the Panzer IV, but not quite in time to save the day. Tech truck does go down. Will the T-34 be able to escape though? Oh, that's some bad pathing. They'll come back in front of the King Tiger though. Oh, circling around it. It's turret very slow. GP stuff so far from Finndeed. Oh, but the Raketin ends up finishing the job. I think if he just like backed away this way, I think he could have got away there. Tried something a little bit trickier, but Raketin was over there, so shut that down. Just about worked though. Just about made a miracle happen. Oh boy, what's going on over here? T-34-85 takes a shot through the trees. Tiger finishing the job. Wow. Indeed, maybe getting a little bit lazy, leaving that tank there. Don't know how HSRometh knew of its position. Don't know how he saw it exactly, but takes it down very quickly. And that King Tiger with the heat shells spitting out some nasty damage. Finndeed still has the triple anti-tank guns though. Obers, this is what I was talking about. They're both Vet 2 now. So this is when they start to get really scary. So overall, I'd say Finndeed, he's really got to hope that these Katyushas wipe out these Obers.
We are losing territory.
So otherwise, he's going to start to struggle. Does go for a rebuild on the T-34-85. Now very reliant on his triple anti-tank gun formation. And King Tiger getting in there, doing some big damage with that first shot. Double anti-tank gun setting up. Wow. on the move getting a decrew like that. That is crazy. No support for the anti-tank guns at all for Finndeed. Oh boy. Oh, what a collapse here for Finndeed. There's a force swarming in. It has taken engine damage. Gonna try hang around, kill off these decrewed anti-tank guns. Maybe steal one of them away even. Conscript's gonna come in for the anti-tank grenade. Gonna slow down the King Tiger. Steals one. T-34-85 looking to make some heroic plays here perhaps. First gonna force away the machine gun. We've got this on hand for Rometh. Could assist that T-34-85 away. There goes the decrewed weapon. And what a turnaround. Indeed, you know, looking to be in a very strong position, taking down this tech truck, taking down this one. The King Tiger arrives, and things are completely turned on their head. Now Finndeed, having lost both of his anti-tank guns, or two of his three anti-tank guns. One of them stolen. What a turnaround. Rometh still in a tough position, doesn't have any repairs. So having to make use of the emergency repairs on both these tanks. Which is alright. Does remove the engine criticals, even if they don't get healed up to a high enough threshold. Just does remove those crits. The King Tiger is still not full health, but probably just about close enough. Connection long range there from the King Tiger. He's having really good luck with this King Tiger firing on the move. Right as I say that. Tank gun does get decrewed by the Molotov. Daring play here from the Panzer IV. Got the Rakit in there. Connecting. I think he still needs one more anti-tank grenade though. Or maybe he can get one more Rakit shot in. No. A little bit of road there boosting the speed. Panzer IV getting away. T-34 too low health to really come in and finish the job. Thought Finndeed might be using vehicle crew repairs. Not at the moment. He does have a lot of munitions available though. Could be. Also, if he used marked vehicle on the Panzer IV there, would have got the kill. So, a bit of a shame. Could have gone better for Finndeed.
We have an isolated sector. The enemy has cut off a sector.
Gonna go for another T-34-85. That's surprising to me. I thought he'd be going for the Su-85. Just the sight that it provides, such a useful tool. The focus sight mode. Because now Rometh has the King Tiger with the Spearhead mode Vet 1 and the Panzer Commander. 67.5 sight range. Even with an Su-85, he can still see it coming before the Su-85 can even shoot at him. Makes it very, very, very hard to deal with the King Tiger. Spearhead mode with the sight boost from Panzer Commander. Real nightmare. Su-85 still outranges it, of course, but King Tiger with that extra sight makes it a lot easier to navigate. You can just see all this. Look at that sight. There's the edge of the Rakit range. Oh, there it goes. Going forwards for the kill on the Rakit. Rakit can't see back, now firing. Already extremely low from the KT shot. And gets decrewed. Two shot by the King Tiger. Tiger just going hams. 26 kills already. Indeed, sticking around for the decap in the center. Ooh, losing a lot of manpower now. This King Tiger stacking up the body count. There's a 4 getting aggressive here. He's Vet 5. Disrespecting Finndeed's base defenses. Raketting on 3 models. Ends up getting decrewed there by the King Tiger. Yeah, this is a horrible feeling if you're Finndeed.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Now all of a sudden getting completely crushed by this King Tiger. Not much way options to get back into this one either. Low on infantry, you know. Lost one of his combat engineers, lost one of his conscripts. Oh boy, Panzer IV going on a bold maneuver, looking for the Katyusha. Doesn't quite get the kill. Can the T-34 come through and clean this up? Doesn't have much support nearby. Raketen hasn't rotated across to assist. This tank still repairing. And the T-34 not going in, trying to mop this up. Interesting.
Quiet. Transmission incoming.
Just popping off shots. The conscripts just can't even get close. King Tiger just has so much sight.
Standing by.
As soon as he comes out of the base, you can see him. It's insane. He's ready 5 in the build now for Finndeed. Just like look at that sight. How can you ever hope to sneak up on the King Tiger when it has this much sight? Panzer IV coming in for the Katyusha again. We got a T-34 there. 2 T-34s in fact. This one missing. The other one coming around. Panzer IV's blitz wearing off. And it could go down. Throwing out a smoke, which is actually a pretty good idea. But there goes the Panzer IV. King Tiger making a play for the center. Obers do get wiped out by the Katyusha. That's what I was talking about. Exactly what Finndeed needed. And yeah, reckless stuff from Rometh. I mean, easily could have run over a mine, given how many mines Finndeed had planted in this area. Diving in after that Katyusha again. Here comes the King Tiger though. He's ready 5, hitting the field. Backing away. Understandable, you know, don't know if a T-34 is coming in for a deep flank here. Could be, potentially. There it goes. Forcing over Fox Street is. Some harass on this point, so it looks like that's where the King Tiger's going to go. Try and shut that down. Well, this getting low on VPs. Bit of secure mode action coming in for Finndeed. Nice to see. 35 crawling forwards on focus sight mode.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Just trying to hide in the corner. King Tiger's not going to let that get away. You can run, but you can't hide from the all-seeing eye. Can see Shreddy 5 though. See that one coming as well. Doesn't take any damage from it anyway. Another good Katyusha barrage. MG34 getting decrewed there. Shreddy 5 maybe going to go for the kill on these decrewed weapons. So there's this first. Here comes the King Tiger though. Shreddy 5 on focus sight mode, quite slow. King Tiger's got a running start. Here it comes with the heat shells. Pretty quick to back away. T-34 A5's coming in. Only one shot getting through the armor so far. Conscripts don't get in there. Here they come now with the anti-tank grenades. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And there goes one T-34. Not enough damage for the engine to get the critical though. Miss, bounce, miss. Oh boy, and the Raketin in the meantime. Looking for the SU-85 kill. Main gun critted. T-34 hoping for the kill, but just can't get through the frontal armor. Try to stay out of range of the Raketin, which is so close by. And another bounce. King Tiger's going to survive. Indeed, losing 2 of his tanks, getting nothing done in return. Horrible feeling. When you bounce those many shots. If Finndeed had done one more shot worth of damage, got that anti-tank grenade off in early stages of that fight, would have been a completely different story, but as it stands, didn't end up working out, and the main gun crit not helping things out either. I think it wouldn't have changed things too much for Rometh. Would have just fired off one more King Tiger shot onto the SU-85 before he switched his focus fire back over to the T-34-85, but still a real tilter. Oh boy, okay, that's a really good Katyusha wipe. Making up for some of those bad RNG moments earlier. At the next for Rometh.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted.
Take it into the centre, try and prevent the decap. Are able to do so. Rometh did also rebuild that Schwerpanzer headquarters covering this point, locking Finndeed off the VP again. Tiger not really repaired, but doesn't want to go head to head against the King Tiger. And yeah, it was a second T-34-85 from Finndeed, not going for the SU-85 again. But now with the arrival of this Panther, it's going to make life much harder for Finndeed. Could redo with some guards, maybe for some button. Is this a little bit of extra infantry-based anti-tank? 2 T-34-85s are going to have their work cut out for them. In fact, look at this disrespect from Rometh. Just driving straight in. Kills the Katyusha. Takes engine damage. Double T-34-85s are there. Pops the marked vehicle now. Supposed to penetrate quite a few more shots though, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. The King Tiger rolling forwards. I'm shocked. Don't know how he even knew that the Katyusha was right there too. He like drove right around this corner and went straight for it. I mean, just as easily could have been right at the back of the base. Maybe he's just relying on Finndeed. Maybe that's where Finndeed barrage from last. Move away at all. No mines as well for Finndeed, covering these base entrances. Does invite trouble to come diving in after your Katyusha. Ouch. Going for the Zis now. Finndeed has burned through a good chunk of his munitions reserve with the last couple activations on the Mark vehicle. Double Panthers now. Interesting to see this one upgraded with the commander as well. Usually I'm not a big fan of the Panzer Commander Panther. What a roll reversal. Not so long ago as Finndeed at 96 pop cap or whatever against Rometh down at like 55. Roll reversal here. Rometh still a little bit lacking in the infantry department, but he's not overplaying his hand. Just camping on the 2 VPs at the moment while he continues to build. Wow, upgrading all the Panthers with Panzer Commander. I'm not a fan of that. The second one would for sure be upgraded with the machine gun. Otherwise, he's going to have a hell of a time forcing away these conscripts. The King Tiger's not there. Double T-34s coming in from the side. Big damage onto the Rakit to start things off. This working on the King Tiger. Light vehicle on the Panther that comes forwards to defend. This struggling through the armor. Panther diving in here with the heat shells. We do have the mine triggering. Finndeed knowing that, swarming forwards, but can't get onto the rear armor of the Panther. Second Panther coming through for the other T-34-85. Main gun crit on that T-34. It's out back. Can't assist. Artillery dropped on the Zis, which done about a third of the health to the King Tiger, firing this entire time. But, you know, without the support from the other T-34, the Panther, so confident, could just dive in for the kill here. Could still maybe have gone for a ram there, but it's facing the wrong direction, and understandably, Finndeed a little bit upset about the main gun crits. 25 from Finndeed, but maybe arriving just a touch too late during this fighting. He's there right from the start. This could have been a different story. There goes the issue. Conscripts can finish this off with an anti-tank grade when he gets enough munitions for it, but at the moment, Finndeed's forces are completely smashed. I think he's left.
Our headquarters is taking enemy fire. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Yep. So, good turnaround from Rometh. As I said, I'm not a big fan of the 221 against Soviets in general. But he made it a pretty successful go of it this time. I think somewhat aided by the fact that Finndeed never went for a light vehicle himself. He's bleeding a little bit too much manpower, going straight for the medium tank. Gave the 221 a little bit more wiggle room to do damage without having to worry about an anti-tank gun, the guards, and a light vehicle. Got quite a lot more use out of it. But yeah, Finndeed in the driver's seat for most of this one, but that Panzer IV, what a beast. So many good fights for it by Rometh and whittling down Finndeed's forces. Eventually that King Tiger just stomping out the last remaining hopes from Finndeed. 50 kills. Wasn't on the field for a super long time really, so ouch, that thing was a beast. Finndeed just couldn't quite finish the job. That big old push around here. That's what he's relying on. Just needed, as I said, I think he just needed one more shot to penetrate before that conscript anti-tank grenade went off. But didn't get it. GG. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.